Hi children, hello. Can I have a smile on your face? Please smile, no? Come on. Yeah. I'm able to feel the smile on your face, right? I know whoever has come online are really smiling now to listen to a veteran who will be introduced by our principal ma'am is here with us. So welcome principal ma'am. I forgot to tell you, I think children do not have seen ma'am for almost about 3 or 4 months now. So ma'am is here on the screen. You can always wish ma'am. Good morning there. Good morning there. Good morning ma'am and welcome for this live show. Good morning.
Thank you, Christian. Good morning to all.
Yeah, absolutely. Ma'am is here, so see ma'am, and she's going to introduce the guest who's going to talk to all of you in the next maybe 60 minutes to 80 minutes. But children, before we start off this session, I feel I am the youngest of the lot. Let me see all your age. All right, each of you sitting there and listening to me are older than me. Oh, so I'm youngest of the lot. I'm just about 62 years young, and I want to recall my early days of my life as much as you are. You know, that is the mid of 1960s. I remember those days that if in my village, there was only one telephone and across maybe about 60, 70 houses. And that telephone used to have, you know, drr, drr, drr. That telephone went, everybody started poking on buttons. Tuck, 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 tuck. Now, I don't know where the telephone is. And those times, if you had to have a telephone, each of you had to wait for 5 years to get a telephone connection in your house. That was in 1960s. My father was serving CRPF and he was in a place called Silchar in Mizoram. And if I have to talk to my dad over phone, I have to go to the post office. We used to have a trunk dialing, right? Trunk dialing 180 and wait there in the post office for 3 to 4 hours to listen to my dad. And my dad used to ask, how are you? How are you? You know, waiting for 3 hours to listen to my dad's voice. That was 1960s. Look at today. Look at today. The technology has totally changed. And today, the transformation of technology, because I represent Amrita Vishwavidyapitham. My name is Methil Krish. All right, I represent Amrita Vishwavidyapitham. A small introduction about our university. It will take a long time to tell you what all courses that we have in our university, but to cut it all short, my dear little children, barring law, right? LAW, barring law, you pick up any stream of education we have with us. We have Amrita School of Engineering, we have 4 such engineering colleges, we have Amrita School of Medicine, we have Amrita School of Dentistry, we have Amrita School of Arts and Science, we have Amrita School of Biotechnology, we have Amrita School of Ayurveda, we have Amrita School of Education. So you name anything we have, but for law. So that is about Amrita Vishwavidyapitham. And it is not again out of place to mention, in the last 1 month, we have achieved 2 recognitions. One is from Times Higher Education, wherein Amrita Vishwavidyapitham is the 125th rank in the Asian countries across the globe. And the ranking is given to us by Times Higher Education. So 125th rank globally in the Asian part of this globe. It's a great achievement. That's number 1. Number 2, the Indian MHRD. They recognize you based on certain ranking, and our university has been ranked the 4th best in the country. So we would certainly like to thank all the parents, alumni, friends, well-wishers, faculty, management for making this happen, and we are very glad today. Now coming back to my starting, today what is happening, children, the technology is changing and changing so fast that what my students who study in the first semester, by they get on to the 4th or 5th semester, what they have studied in the first semester gets outdated. That is the quickness, that is the fastness under which the technology is moving forward. And in today's context, the future of our children, whether you are in UAE, whether you're in US or UK or Canada, Australia, India, any part of the world, the future is quite uncertain, unpredictable, and volatile. I'm not threatening you. The second reason why we are here, children, is I conduct a lot of classes for not this type of live shows. I go to the schools and conduct and meet students. And you know what happens to the children who pass out from 10 to the 11? So when I see them in the 11th standard, I ask them, what did you take? Oh, I have taken commerce, sir. Have you done the right choice? No, sir. So you got to ask somebody, what did you take? I took science stream. Have you taken the right choice? No, sir. You know, there's a lot of confusion. The total guidance go for a big 6. So here is an opportunity, children. Before you pick up anything, whether you're +2, completing, taking up medicine, taking up dentistry, taking up engineering, taking up economics, geography, anything that you take, understand what it is. Without knowing the subject, please don't pick up. And today, there is a rush for computer science engineering. You go to any institution, you find there's a rush, and everybody is now running toward computer science engineering without really knowing what computer science is all about. And if you add one word to that, two-letter word, AI, oh my God, the rush is beyond control. So what I want children, whether you're in 7 to 8 to 9 to 10th and 12th or whatever age or whatever class you are, before you choose a particular stream, understand, go deeper and understand what that is all about. What is the content of study? Without knowing the content of study, please don't drop your legs into that. And later on, you will suffer for choosing a particular stream. And that is why we are here today, spending next 60 minutes to 80 minutes, making you understand a very important technology which is now hitting the ceiling, keep hitting the ceiling, and it keeps hitting the ceiling, and that's nothing but artificial intelligence. And then you move on to machine learning, and then you move on to deep learning. So today we have someone who will be introduced by none other than our most respected, most energetic, agile personality, the pushy character, Mrs. Dr. Shanta Maria James. So over to you, ma'am. I hope I have made the children wake up from the slumber if at all they were sleeping. And I would like you to take on this session and introduce Swamiji to the parents and children who are now with us on a live class to listen to Swamiji as to what is AI, why is AI, where is AI, and for what is AI. Over to you, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Krish. A very good morning to all of you. Let me wish Swamiji, Namaskaram, Krish, good morning. And my dear students, parents, teachers, all of them who are there on the other side, a very, very good morning. It's nice to speak to my students after 4.5 to 5 months. It's an honor, and coming through on this platform, I'm thankful to Amrita Vidyalaya College of Engineering for this morning session. Now to go on with here, I think my chairman is also with us. I would like to welcome him also. Mr. K.O. Matthew, thank you for participating here. Let me tell you, Swamiji and Mr. Krish, my chairman is a visionary, and he is very fond of this AI and all technical related, IT related, the future. He thinks of the future a lot. And he said, when I sent this, he said, yes, I would like to be a silent observer there. I want to be there. That is why he's here. Thank you, sir, for being a part of us this morning. And dear teachers, thank you. Parents, thank you. Students, thank you. Well, coming to introduce, that's my role. Let me do that. To introduce the speaker of this morning. You know, this said a teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. So the person I'm going to introduce you now is a synonym of the statement I gave you right now. So here we have Swamiji Maheshwara Chaitanya, who is currently the chairman of BTech admissions at Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. He has teaching experience of over 15 years in computer science domain. And he is also the contest director of the world famous Olympics of Competitive Programming, the International College State Programming Contest, ICPC. You can ask him sometime, anybody, the question, because he should be able to tell you more about that area. So he was actually instrumental in bringing up Amrita to the top all over the globe. See, this is a global organization, I know, and he has been instrument for that. Thank you. So we know your hard effort in making it global, and a huge participation of students from India, in fact. He was given listen carefully, the Asia Distinguished Leadership Award in 2008. Not Indian, he has been honored Asia Distinguished Leadership Award in 2008 for his 10-year service in uplifting the programming community in India. Great, Swamiji. We are honored to have you address our children. So he has actually addressed 6,000 plus school students in guiding them with choosing career. See, career is a very important thing, and to support children to take up career is not easy. Hats off to you, Swamiji, for guiding 6,000 plus students to give them a choice of choosing the right career. Thank you so much. Without wasting much time, I would like to pass on the platform to our Swamiji. Over to you, Swamiji.
Thank you, Principal Madam, for a lovely introduction, and over to Swamiji for her kickstart on what is artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Over to you, Swamiji.
Thank you, Krish. I thought that you will complete my whole time. Luckily, I got some time. Okay, so let me just tell you that the whole presentation is almost like 39 slides. It will cover the very basic fundamentals of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So talking about from the career perspective, I am sure that as ma'am said, you all are looking for the future, the career, and in this juncture, in this COVID pandemic situation, you all are expected to be problem solvers. So problem solvers should have that capacity of critical thinking. And ma'am was talking about the career prospects. In any domain you go, any sector you take, AI is going to be the most important thing, inevitable thing. You cannot just ignore AI anymore. So we will see in presentation how it goes. I have three video clips. I am hope it will the audio will play. I will try, but still audio doesn't matter. All it matters is the video part. So that will give you an idea on how AI is flourishing, maybe in the past 20 to 25 years. Okay, I hope the presentation is visible now, Krish.
Yeah, it is visible. It is.
Okay, thank you. So we will today what we will do, we will just go through the robotics, AI, machine learning, and deep learning. See, why I chose robotics is basically the application, real-time application of AI, and nowadays toy robot is available in online store, so anybody can assemble robot. But what happens behind, what is happening behind robotics is more important from the AI perspective. So if you see the total image, robotics is changing the way doctors treat infectious diseases. So now in this very pandemic situation, the research is going on how you can stop human beings entering an infected area. If you are able to send the machines with disinfectant or any kind of medicine required, it will be more helpful for the society and for the human beings. On the left hand side below the top, this thing, you can see AI can AI detect cancer faster and more reliably? Yes, it is possible. On the right hand side, you can see, can a self-driving car reduce the congestion in the roads? Yes, it is again possible, but we have to see how far it is practical. So I hail from a university guided by our Chancellor Srimata Amrita Devi. She says that education is not just for life, education is for living also. What does it mean? It means that whatever knowledge you gather, whatever skills you have, utilize those skills to come up with an innovative solution that is helpful for the society, which is very important. Now we have, as Krish suggested, we have almost like 160 plus international collaborations, and most of our students go abroad for foreign studies. And we have machine learning, AI, and cybersecurity as programs offered under BTech. So I'm not going too much into that. So today's subject is all about AI, deep learning, and machine learning. AI started way back, maybe in the 1950s or 60s. Then came machine learning, which is a subset of AI. Then came deep learning, which is again a subset of machine learning. We can say that it is again a subset of AI. So this is the fundamental relationship between the AI, machine learning, and deep learning. And if you ask what is AI, the basic simple example is it is computer algorithm that will work as a software in any device. In any device, let it be computer, let it be mobile, let it be an iPad or any tablet or a device like Alexa or even a car. So that is the crux of, that is the core of AI. It is fundamentally an algorithm, computer algorithm, which is highly mathematical. So that is why when you look forward for the career, mathematics is going to be very important. Those who are looking for science and engineering, mathematics is going to be very important, especially when AI, machine learning, and deep learning will take more and more importance in career in the future. So if you just go through what intelligence is, it is ability to perceive or infer information, to retain it as knowledge, and to apply in situations. So we all face different situations in life, and it matters how intelligent you are to face a situation with the information and knowledge you have from that information. So it's again the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. So skill is critical. Skill is important. It is not that you know how to solve a problem. You know the steps in mathematics to solve a problem. Rather, you have to understand. You need to understand where it is actually applied. So ability to take real-time decision based on previous learning. So we all are prone to mistakes. But what happens whenever a mistake happens, we learn from it. And later on, what happens whenever such a situation comes, we just try to come out of it or try not to repeat it. So that is basic human intelligence, ability to gain knowledge from previous experience, apply that knowledge in real-time scenarios, and measure and IQ is measure of people's cognitive ability, that intelligence. Now, when we talk about AI, when we talk about cognitive ability, it matters a lot how humans are able to interact with machines, how the humans are able to interact with intelligent machines or devices. Let us take this small example of using a smartphone, whether it is Google, Android or iPhone. You all have virtual assistants, which is intelligent, which is capable of doing tasks for you, which you may forget. At the same time, if you give that virtual assistant enough information, it will do hell out of things for you. It will do a lot of things for you, and it can create wonders. So we will just watch a small movie clip way back in 1991, which again this is one of my favorite movies, Terminator 2: Judgment Day. It was released in 1991. We will see how robotics, how AI was envisaged, the kind of vision the director had. And I should also say that the recent movie Terminator 5 Genesis is available in YouTube, and I would prefer if you can watch it, then you will know how the human intelligence and machine intelligence is combined to save the society. So let us just watch. If you are not able to hear, don't worry about that. You just watch the video.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. You forgot to say please. Get off before I put you down. But I was bad as a bone. Bad as a bone. Let's see that. Thousand hearts. Before I met you, I'll break 1,000 more, baby. Before I am through, I wanna be yours, pretty baby. Yours and yours alone. I'm here to tell you, honey.
So let us see, let us just explore what was happening in the video. See, AI is completely on data. If you just recall whatever you watched or whatever you heard or so, the first on the left side, the first image says there is a lot of data being captured and analyzed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is a robot. In the second image, you can see it is being matched, and he says that he wants his clothes and boots because he found that he analyzed and he found that his clothes are matching. And you see the third image, there is no face expression for the robot. Robot doesn't have any face expression. So that is what the human behavior cannot be emulated in a robot. It is difficult. Though the research is happening now, you might have heard about Sophia. Sophia is the robot from UAE, and the researchers are trying to bring about the same human emotions. And there is a cyber law. Law says that a robot should not harm anybody. You see that the robot, Arnold was beating people, but he never killed. And the last one, image processing, where Arnold is able to, or the robot is able to recognize that this is a gun or this is the Google Glass. You know, the black glass that was taken from that person's pocket, that is supposed to be the Google Glass at this point of time. And that those days that was expected to be something which is more valuable. So what is the final or the conclusion? An intelligent machine should be able to communicate with natural language processing. It is just like human beings. It will have a computer vision. Computer vision is nothing but image processing. And based on all, it decides, make decision and learn from experience. So he is able to identify people. He is able to take decision on what vehicle he needs, what clothes he needs. So this is the fundamental or the very basics of artificial intelligence. And you know that we all are now using smartphones. We all are now addicted to one or the other gadget. And what happens? The whole day we interact with different applications, and a lot of billions of bytes of data is being pushed to cloud. And that helps the companies to apply machine learning to understand the behavior of the people. Okay, now let us see the next slide, the next video. So this is the whole about the future. So this is the previous video was the latest one. There is a channel called as Boston Dynamics in YouTube. You can watch a lot of videos. It is a research organization exploring the possibilities of using robots for the benefit of the human beings. And fundamentally, the question comes, will the machines rule humans in future? My answer is yes, to a great extent, because we are all addicted to phones. Even you can see Krish is now watching a phone. I am talking here. So we are one way or the other, we are prone to gadgets. That's a fact, which means that the device is basically ruling us. But once the robot comes into place, it says that the Asimov, who is the science fiction author, he says that the laws to protect humans from a robot, there are 3 laws: may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to become harm. It must obey the orders given by human beings except where such orders would conflict with the first law. protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first and second laws. Fundamentally, a robot is built by human beings. It needs a program. It is not just machine, it needs a program. And a robot can function only with the help of instructions. And instruction is given by the human beings. So just like cyber law, even robot will have a law, and that law has to be built in such a way that the robots that is being created, that is being created should not harm the human beings. So what is AI? AI is nothing but human intelligence executed by the machines. It completes the task based on a set of stipulated rules to solve problems. So fundamentally, it is problem solving. You use the drones for surveillance. You use a robot to send the medicines to an infected area. And you use Google Maps to find a way out with the help of assistance so that you can have a hands-free navigation, because it will recognize your voice. It will tell you where to go, how to turn, where to turn, etc. Move and manipulate objects recognize whether someone has raised the hands. So that happens in a virtual classroom. Narrow intelligence AI machines can perform several tasks very well. Sometimes it is better than human beings. So the best example is image classification, which you can see in most of the phones now. Whenever you try to purchase a mobile phone, you always see the specs of the camera. Now the processor has got the AI power, which means that the photograph, whenever you switch on the camera, the phone or the software will tell you whether it is an object, what type of object it is, whether it is a furniture, whether it is a building, whether it is a landscape, whether it is a sky. So how it happens? It is because of the image classification. So let us see what all are the basic applications which you have seen. It is natural language processing. We all have now regional languages in our mobile phone. You can type, you can see, you can send it, and it is the exact form it is shown in the recipient's device, whether it is a web browser, whether it is a gadget, or whether it is a mobile phone, any type of mobile phone. We all know that Google has virtual assistant. Mac or iPhone has Siri. It is able to recognize the speech. The most important thing is medical imaging, where you can compare the X-ray images of a lot of people or the same individual to see how the patient has progressed. The most important thing which you will be experiencing now is examination, online examination. It is called as the proctored examination, where the entire data, your face movements, eye movements, everything is tracked with the help of software, and it is analyzed with the help of AI algorithms. Again, I spoke about the virtual agents or chatbots. Chatbots will respond to whatever you ask with the answer. So the response is always meaningful, and we have to train the virtual agent. We have to train the chatbot on how to respond, what to respond for specific queries. Something called as robotic process automation. You understand that the functionality of the robot is not just with a human type of device. We can always call any device as a robot as long as it is possible to execute different tasks for us. A drone can also be called as a kind of robot, though not completely. So here in the image, robotic process automation, you can see that there are robotic arms for a computer. And a computer can do millions of tasks at a given point of time. So one side, it is trying to capture emails. Other side, it is trying to show you the recent messages. Then it is able to review, analyze whatever interaction is going on. So what happens is, without the human intervention, there are a lot of tasks now possible, even without typing. You can just talk and word will capture your voice. The last and most important thing in this slide, there are a lot of other applications. I just took few of them. It is biometrics. Biometrics is nothing but the scanning the fingerprint and searching through millions of images to make sure that the person is authorized. It can be compared with a larger version of whatever you have in your own phone. So, to talk more about the virtual assistants, the conversation, you can observe the conversation. Hey Google. So it says the Hanji, what can I do for you? Hanji is a typical Indian response. And how Google was able to give the response saying Hanji, the reason is that it knows the location where the person is there. And it knows that it has detected the location that is staying in India. So the user asks, will you marry me? And the Google says, a rishta for me. Rishta means the relationship in Hindi. If I were not AI, I will already put that Mehendi, which means that if Google Assistant was not an AI bot, he is ready to marry. So that is the kind of response given by the virtual assistant. On the right hand side, you can see, hi, I am Cortana. Cortana is the part of Microsoft. So user is asking, do you like Siri? Siri is from Apple. So you can ask any type of questions, it will give a response. And finally, Siri is asked a question. Do you eat food, Siri? So Siri says, I don't eat or drink, but I do like digesting information. So it is an intellectual or intelligent reply, the response. Siri itself knows that Siri is an AI bot. So that is how the engineers have trained that bot. Or that is a kind of training given to that specific program. That is why it says that I would like to digest the information. So information is nothing but the data collected by the computer or the device. So let us say where the AI is applied. So all are very familiar about on Google. Google is a search engine, world's largest and the best search engine. And of course, we all have seen Google ads and Facebook ads. So what happens? Depending on the search key, you can see that the search key here is given is twin beds. Twin beds is just so I wanted to buy a twin bed for my room or for my home or house. So Google, what it does, it will display the best shopping center or the e-commerce portal based on the search key. That is why it says that Google ads are intelligent. It is based on the search text. So user can always identify the results and add separately because you can see there is something called as an ad. It is indicated as an ad, and directly from the ad itself, you can go to the app if it is installed. It is called as the contextual ads. Contextual ads in the sense that the ads displayed along with the search key is relevant for you, relevant to you in the sense that whatever is being searched, the advertisement shown is based on that text, which means that AI is playing a major role there and AI is able to predict what is the user looking for and it is displaying the apt product in as the advertisement. So when the people keep on searching from a specific area or when one user keeps on searching searching in Google for one specific the Google bot will understand, the Google search engine will understand, and that is what we call as machine learning. So machine learning can happen over a period of time. It is understanding the person, understanding the device, understanding with the help of data. So mind you, data is going to be the most valuable thing than a human being in future because data is that valuable. From this data, analysis happens. From this data, companies can decide what the next product should be. So if you look at the Facebook ads here, even the Facebook ads are also contextual. It will depend on which video you played. It will depend on how much time you have seen the video, watched the video, or how much time you spend on the specific post. So which means that Facebook is able to find out how much time you spend on that specific post when you see in the screen. So that is intelligence. That is something very critical for any company. And let us come to the virtual examination, or it is called as the proctored exam. So this is the real-time application of artificial intelligence in the educational sector. So if you see the right-hand side in the top, you can see that a person is sitting in front of the laptop, just like I'm sitting now, and you're able to watch me, you can see me and my presentation now. But imagine you are sitting in front of the computer and your face is shown, and assume that you are also using your ID card and taking the ID card like this, so that the machine is able to capture ID card, the photograph in the ID card, match the photograph with the user, with that of the user. So which means that that is a kind of matching that is happening to ensure that the exact person is writing the examination. User identity is verified. That is called as the verification of the user using AI. And let us say you are doing something during the exam. You are moving your face here and there. It will automatically scan. It will automatically track your eye movements, which means that there is something called as a credibility score. A credibility score is nothing but the number of movements you had during the examination, and the software will decide how many times you moved, and based on that there is a score. So for each exam, for each question, how much time did you take to answer, whether the face was matching with the authorized ID card. Even it is possible for the program to identify whether the identity card itself was fraud or not. Now let us say you are watching something else, or you want to open a different window. It is not possible. The moment you open a different window or different browser application, immediately it captures. And it is possible for the camera or the AI program to watch the activity or the face of the user throughout the time. And even it can capture the sound in the room. So if you see the world famous company Microsoft and Oracle, Cisco and Linux, all these companies have started proctored examination. They started long back, and proctored examination has now become a kind of part of the teaching and assessment process, where anybody can take examination at any point of time sitting at their home. And you all are expected to be the future engineers or doctors or scientists, and you are all looking forward for your profession. So let us say you are taking an exam, and you can see your behavioral pattern. And this I took from a software called as Embibe, EMBIBE. I'll be sharing this PPT for you. So don't worry about taking down all this, you just listen. So behavioral pattern is nothing. What was your intention? Very boring during the exam. What was your attention span? Were you careless? Were you fearful? Were you facing any pressure, and how you manage the time? So all these things can be captured with the movement of the cursor in on the window, the clicks, what type of question you clicked, how many times you changed the answer, and it will decide how many difficult level of questions you solved, how much time you take to solve the problem or topic, a topic itself, let us say mathematics or let us say physics, and your academic ability. What is your ability based on different sections? Let us say you have quantitative aptitude. Let us say you have English, you have comprehension, you have mathematics and physics. And based on all these parameters, all this data, the software will decide how you have performed from different dimensions. So what is the chances of getting into a specific college or an institution, getting a specific branch or a desired program based on the past data? So what happens whenever we try to get into any college? What we do, we'll find out a student, we'll ask what was the rank, and we will start searching for people who joined this specific institution and what was their rank, how did they study. So all those things are now available online, because the program has all the data for the past n number of years. So what happens, your score is compared with all the past data, and then you get the information, then you get the valid prediction. A valid prediction, then you can cross check with human beings. Then you can come to a conclusion, okay, I have decided to join here. So that is how the machine learning, the AI works. Let us say how it works in healthcare. So this is a website by Bing. As you know, Bing is a part of Microsoft. You can always search for bing.com/COVID. You will get this information. So this is nothing but plotting the data in the map. Here you can see the total number of confirmed cases, active cases, fatal cases, and how it has grown over a period of time. So without looking at the data, just looking at the graph, anybody can understand, anybody can make out what is happening now. And let us say you want to compare. So let us say what is happening in Kuwait. So there are these many number of confirmed cases, these many active cases, these many recovered cases. So what happens over a period of time, it has come up to this level, and whether it is flattening or not, you can still compare. So you need not look through the figures or the numbers in an Excel sheet. Rather, you just plot the entire data as a graph. So this is also part of data analytics, or again, we say that it is AI. So you see how many new cases came and what is the growth rate and how it has been falling down. So this is how you use the data for prediction to understand what is going to be the situation in future. So this can be applied in any case. You take any country, this can be applied. So that is the beauty of AI, where you have a program working on the data, and the data, if it is from the authentic source, you can definitely create mathematical models for the prediction of what will happen in future. But that said, it will depend on a lot of things which are not captured in this platform. So let us say government is deciding to extend the lockdown. So that matters here. So which means that the government can take a decision based on this. So this is something which is very critical, where you say that there is prediction by AI and there is decision making by human beings. So fundamentally, this is something which is helpful for the human beings to understand the situation, use AI for the benefit of the mankind. So these are some of the applications for the school students. In fact, this was given by my student from Kerala. She is now a teacher in one of the schools in Cochin. These are very, very useful applications where you can try it by yourself. It is very important that students should have a kind of good knowledge on, right from the 9th standard. You should have a very fundamental knowledge on how the practical applications work in AI with the help of AI. So that was all about AI. Now we jump into machine learning. So machine learning, as I told earlier, this is basically a subset of the AI, because AI again is very vast. It is a computer algorithm, part of the software, where you can use it in any domain. Just we saw the healthcare industry. Before that, we saw it is possible to use it in examination system. Now, when you when you drill down the entire AI to a subset of AI, it is machine learning. And the machine learning is nothing, that algorithm that parse the data, learn from the data, apply what they have learned to make informed. So this is a screenshot in Netflix. So it says the Stranger Things title, the program title, Stranger Things, that receive 5% of the impressions from our personalization algorithm. Different images cover breadth of the themes in order to go beyond a single image portrays. It is nothing. But what happens? Netflix is part of Amazon. There are millions and millions of users in Amazon Netflix. The Amazon has very powerful machine learning algorithms. And if you see the different type of images shown here, it is of the same show. Each image is shown to specific set of users based on their taste. A program can be seen as haunting. A program can be seen as thriller program. A program can be seen as an entertainment. It is definitely entertainment, but how you see that? So a specific image, specific the graphics or the artwork is shown to a particular user based on his taste. So if you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th image where the blood is coming from the nose of the actor, what it says that it is something which is serious. The user feels that it is serious, and user assumes that it is a very good show for his own taste, and they will start attending the show. So this is one of the fundamental applications of machine learning, where the machines will be able to understand the human behavior, and the machines will serve the content. For example, if you log into YouTube and you start searching for different type of videos, you find a video, you watch the video, and then afterwards when you log in, you will get the videos of your choice, your taste. That is why it says that sometimes you can see that it is recommended for you. So that is machine learning algorithm that works. So let us say when used in finance, we all know that now we are all doing credit card payment or debit card payment or an online payment. Let us say online payment. It is possible to understand or prevent a fraud. For example, if one user starts cancelling all different orders, he's placing an order, he's cancelling the payment, he's again placing the order, he's cancelling the payment. So after a period of time, the machine will understand, the algorithm will understand, okay, this person is not reliable. So it is possible to find out whether it's a fraud or not. Healthcare, it can access the data in the wearable device. So wearable device is nothing but a smartwatch, and the data is always sent to the mobile device. So where is it stored? It is stored in the cloud. Analyze data for the further diagnosis and treatment. So which means that the health data captured by a smart device can be used for prediction. And again, just like the COVID data, it is possible to find out the symptoms shown by the different people or the different patients in specific location, and we can say that okay, this location has this kind of the persons are showing this kind of symptom. Let us say oil and gas. Mining industries can analyze the minerals. Sensors can find out if a refinery is failing or a refinery process in the refinery is failing. It can definitely streamline the oil distribution for effective costing. And you all know that navigation is possible with the help of maps by finding the efficient routes, and that efficient routes is with the help of machine learning algorithm. So this is typical Google Map. Google Map users contribute to 20 million pieces of information every day. So that means that it is something like 200 contributions every second. Satellite and image, street level imagery and machine learning is used to identify the roads for business. So which means that there is a comparison of image. Image processing is going on to make sure that it is authentic. So there is in AI, there is human intervention. In machine learning, there is still human intervention to train, to give some input. When it comes to deep learning, it is completely automatic. Or it is something like there is something like supervised learning, where we need to train the program. So here, if you see a data set of more than 150 million places. So the moment you are logged into Google, you use the Google Maps to navigate. It will definitely detect all the location, all your driving longitude and latitude, understand where you are going, and in case you have the Google Maps have mistaken you by giving you wrong information, that is automatically detected, and you can even report. So it will always give you real-time traffic information. It can trace the areas where there are no street signs, where are no house numbers. So with the combination of time, the distance you have traveled, different individual events and data sets, Google is powerful in predicting why you should rely on the public bus schedules. This may not be available in all the countries, but in most of the countries it is available. Google will give you precise time, when you start, when you reach, and probable time, and what all can be the obstacle. Where all can the traffic jam be? So in Nigeria, almost like 20,000 street names, 50,000 addresses, 1 lakh new business were added. And that is the map that will enrich map, that will keep the map moving ahead with richness of data. So understand the data is the key thing for the future. Whatever you learn, whichever degree you pursue, data is important. You should have the basic understanding of how to analyze the data, which is going to be the key part in any profession. Analysis of the data is also very important. Let us say how several organizations have used. You all are aware of Alexa. Alexa is nothing but a device of Internet of Things. It is nothing but a device connected to the cloud. If you see 3 different organizations here, it is oil and gas company, a municipal corporation, international truck manufacturer. So all has got the sensors. Sensor is nothing but a device again, or part of the device, just like a smartwatch. So the sensor will keep on sensing whatever is programmed, it will sense. And here it is, in the first case, it is oil extraction, temperature, and the pressure of the well. In the second case, it is water usage. In the third, it is diagnostics of the engine, functionality of the mechanical parts, and how frequently it is read. 90 days, 1 hour per day, 10,000 trucks per day, and there is a reading given here. So what happens? So let us take the concept of smart city. We all know that smart city is something which makes the city smarter. What does it mean? It means that the public system has to be technologically supportive. People should be able to move around freely without much hassles. And the data or the information or the whatever is required is the information is available at the fingertips. When you talk about smart city, the concept of water sensing comes in, and you have a sensor fixed in all the water meters. So a central the monitoring office under the government can always monitor what is happening with the water consumption. So basically what happens when you talk about technology of AI or Internet of Things or machine learning, it has to be used for the benefit of the public. We all know that there are a lot of mobile apps for entertainment. Even that uses the same technology, same methodology to understand user behavior. Recently, there are a lot of applications that has been released by different companies when the lockdown started, and people have started using it for as part of the entertainment when they stay at home. So whatever you say, fundamentally, it is the data that runs. So if you take the food ordering apps, it will tell you when it will reach, how much time remains in order to reach your destination. And you can see the restaurant list. You can see the reviews given by the people. So based on those reviews, the machine learning in the food ordering app will function and tell you the best rated restaurant and the best dish available there. So these are some of the applications that is very much important for a common man. So what happens is, whenever you use these applications, whenever you try to order a food, whenever you try to track the fitness activity, understand, remember that there is AI, there is machine learning that will give you some prediction with the help of the data captured from the devices you wear or you use. So this is again a mobile app. This is a research paper, part of the research paper, where the research team is trying to track the user, identify whether the user is drinking. It is so fun that the mobile device can find out whether the person is drinking, and based on that it can track the user's eating habits. It can always capture the gesture, hand-based activities, and it can predict whether it is harmful for the user or not. So if you see this slide, you will see only data. Data being plotted in graph, data being plotted in presented in different ways in which a common man can understand. So you take the data of the past 1 month from your health application, and it will give you the prediction on how much calories you have burned and what is the workout to be done for the future, maybe for next 1 month. So it matters a lot for the user, but at the same time, the device will certainly capture the data. So AI is human intelligence exhibited by the machines. Narrow AI are such things such as image classification on a service like Pinterest, face recognition on Facebook. Machine learning at the most basic is the practice of using algorithms to parse the data, learn from it, then make a determination or prediction about something in the world. So what is that you see on the right hand side? On the right hand side, you can see a lot of spam emails. So what is a spam email? It can be a mail sent to you from an unknown source. Even it is possible to generate a mail, and that email can always be dangerous, which means that the moment you open the email, you may lose the data in the device. Your account may be hacked. And there are some words identified by the machine learning algorithms to understand which email is spam, which email is not spam. And the moment you check the email box and you mark that this email is not a spam, then naturally the Google or the Gmail or the Outlook or any email service provider, any email you use, that program will understand that, okay, from the emails coming from this specific email ID with so many number of words or these type of words is not a spam. So that is understanding. So you do it for n number of times, then then the machine will understand, okay, these people are the source, or whenever an email is dropped from this source, it is not a spam. So that is how the actual approach, or how you achieve the artificial intelligence, is through machine learning. You can find out different games in mobile like chess. Chess can the computer based chess or solitaire. There are a lot of AI based games, and most of the AI applications is in gaming industry. It can identify a lot. Now, when you come to the what is called as the deep learning, you see the image of a cat. So first of all, this is a photograph. Second thing is this is a photo. This is the photograph of an animal. Third is this is a photograph of a cat. So you have classified. First is an image. It is not a landscape image. So that is being classified. At the third level, you identify the machine identifies that it is an animal. The third is the machine identifies that the animal is a cat. So what happens? Deep learning goes to the lowest level with the powerful algorithms used in computing, and it requires a large number of data sets. When you talk about data, it is not just thousands and 10,000s, it is millions and billions of data used to train the program to ensure that there is 100% accuracy. So that is why if you have a smartphone and if the smartphone has got the AI camera and you place the AI camera in front of a building, it will say that it is a building. If you go to an old place and you try to find out a historical building, it will even say that this is a historical building. The phone, the Huawei manufacturer, Huawei has a smartphone called as Honor. In that Honor, the camera can even take you to an e-commerce site. If you place the camera in front of a computer, it will ask you whether you want to go to Amazon to purchase this computer. So that is the power of deep learning. So you look at how we came. The AI is nothing. It started all with the optimism in 1950s. Then it became machine learning, identifying what type of content, what type of behavior humans have, type of the data being sent. That is why you can see the deletion of emails. That is one of the applications. Deep learning is again a breakthrough, and AI is booming just with the help of deep learning. So one of the important applications of AI, if you see the same example, subset of machine learning, it is something called as deep neural networks. I'm not going into the technical side of it, technical aspect of it. You can always search for these keywords. Mobile phone can identify an object. It can generate automated text. It is possible to generate automatic text that is a meaningful text. See, you might have heard that there are a lot of spam emails coming saying that you have won a lottery, or you have a prize, or somebody from abroad is willing to do business with you, and they will ask for the account number to invest so much of amount in dollars. Then the person, if he is not able to understand what it is, he will just send the account number, and the moment you send the account number, it is gone. So it has happened with a lot of people. People lost the money. So that content is automatically generated with the grammar, specific grammar, with a kind of understandability. When somebody reads it, a person who reads it will not be able to recognize whether it is spam or not, fake or not. So this helps. Coloring black and white images and videos. This is one of the recent entertainment that has happened. You take all the black and white videos and convert into color. Language recognition, then autonomous cars. So this is one of the important and interesting things for you. You can identify which fish it is: tuna, salmon, shrimp or squid. So if you see the green one, it has recognized as salmon. And the first one says that it is 97%, second says that it is 98%. That is the level of comparison. So it is giving an input as an image. It will predict the content, what it is, something called as label, with the probability, that is the percentage, described in the confidence. The software is so confident that, okay, this object is, or this fish is salmon. And even there are cases where it can even recognize what is inside a hot dog. So this is something adding color to black and white image. So whatever was there in 1941, you now convert it into color and you feel that it is the recent picture taken. So these are some of the images. Even the face expression is detected. So this is one of the videos which I got from the YouTube. It's very short video. There is no sound for this.
We want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs. There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out.
So let us move to something very interesting. This is the last part of the slide. So this is something which is very interesting. It is from NVIDIA. So NVIDIA develops the software which is for the self-driving vehicles, and NVIDIA has large number of packages to identify an object when the car moves through the road, and that is called as the real application of deep learning. So let us just read out. Drive perception is a library. You can see the icon here. Consists of all the deep neural networks necessary to detect the driving path. So it will identify the line, color of the line, weight condition whenever there is a signal, and other objects in the vehicle's environment. These redundant and diverse DNNs leverage data from camera. So data is captured from the camera and the LiDAR sensors on the vehicle. So it is a 360-degree perception. Mapping allows vehicles to navigate anywhere in the world, which means that it can be integrated with Baidu Maps, Here Maps, TomTom Maps, Nav Information, Zenrin Maps specifically for autonomous cars. Drive planning uses data from the perception and mapping modules to determine which route and lane to drive. So this is again, it says that NVIDIA DriveWorks is a software framework. Again, understand that it is a software. It is a software that can be used along with the hardware for meaningful purposes. Now, this is how NVIDIA is able to detect different objects. It's just 1 minute video.
Back in Drive Labs, today we're going to talk about Drive Mission 27, surround camera object tracking. And here we're using our 6 camera setup to see 360 degrees around the car with no blind spots, and also use that to track objects as they move around the scene. Here, the top row shows tracking results for the front left, front center, and front right cameras, and the bottom row shows tracking results for the rear left, rear center, and rear right cameras. The tracking results for different types of objects are visualized by bounding boxes in different colors with a number at the top, and this number is the track ID used to identify each unique real-world object. What we see here is that for all 6 cameras, the track IDs are stable over time, and this track stability is important because it allows us to obtain accurate velocity information about the object, which in turn is an important input into planning and control functions. We're also observing low track initialization latency, which is how long it takes to recognize an object when it first appears on the scene and assign it a track ID number. What we see here is that there are no missed object tracks, and that this holds true even for crowded and occluded object scenes. And that was Drive Mission 27. Now you know what we look for in surround camera object tracking, including initialization latency and track stability. Back in
So this is one of the recent incidents that was caught. Tesla, the largest manufacturer of electric vehicles, they have envisaged a concept called as autopilot. So because of the autonomous car, the car went and hit a person. He was a pedestrian and he died. So a driverless car or a autopilot car. Autopilot is nothing but a driver can sleep whenever the car is moving, and the car will be able to detect if there are any obstacles in the front and alert the driver. So that failed. So this is something which can happen, the lapse that can happen when program is in place. So coming to the conclusion, whatever we never discussed about, it is science, technology, engineering and math. It is called as STEM. So let us just think that apply the DNA, apply the technology on DNA sequence, drug discovery for license applications, robotics, virtual assistance technology for human assistant, automatic text and image generation, detects cyber threats, enhance security. What you should learn to be expert in AI is nothing but mathematics and statistics. So the basic principle is, let it be beneficial for the society. Let us not create any kind of bias. Built for the safety, accountable to the people. Make sure that privacy is not breached. We have high standards made available for the users that accord with the principles. So this is the principle of AI for Google, and they will never do or come out with a technology or a product that will create any harm. Weapons or technologies that gather or use information for surveillance, violating international accepted norms, technologies whose purpose contravenes widely accepted principles of international law and human rights. Shukran, thank you, and let me know if you have any questions.
So Shukran, thank you. There is, I will leave. Can I have that microphone here? Someone has asked us, what are the best health-related apps?
So the health-related app, it is always better to use. I would recommend Google Fit. Okay.
Okay. What is the website in which we will get COVID information? Is there any specific app?
They are asking about the website.
Yeah, correct.
It's always better to refer the government website, which has got the latest information and latest updates, which is always authentic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are a few more, but then for want of time, I would like to make a small announcement here. Those of you who would like to own the PowerPoint presentation made by Swamiji with a lot of time and pain, I don't want to just give it to all that, to whoever is there in this particular view, but to people who are interested to go through that again and again, I would request them to contact 93450. Already put it on the chat box, 93450 76625. 93450 76625. If you have any further queries to Swami on AI, machine learning and deep learning, you are most welcome to shoot out those questions into WhatsApp at 93450 76625. We'll be only too pleased and glad to answer your queries and clarify your doubts on this particular subject. And if Swamiji and the viewers, especially the children who are watching, permit me to conclude this session. I'm sure this has been an eye-opener for all of us and have helped us to understand what is AI and what is machine learning and what is deep learning. Thank you so much, Swamiji, for your wonderful presentation, and more so the time taken by you to make it more informative and the latest. Because I let me confess this fact. I also conduct a lot of classes, but not AI ML. But my practice is to take those older version of my PPT. But he has taken a lot of pain in developing PPT exclusively for Indian Central School Kuwait. So I am on behalf of Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham and Swamiji, thank Indian Central School Kuwait for giving us this opportunity to get connected to all of you. And let me wish all of you a very bright future and a career ahead, and pray to the Almighty that the current situation eases as quickly as possible and we are back to action as normal as it was earlier. So till we meet again, Jai Hind. Namaste. Thank you.